Atlantis, an ancient underwater oasis known as the Underwater City. But what if I told you soon we could have multiple underwater cities in multiple countries? Now, I'm sure this sounds exciting, but however, that is simply not the case. Sea levels are steadily rising and are showing no signs of slowing down. Soon, heavily populated cities like New Orleans, Amsterdam, New York, Tokyo, Sao Paulo, Mumbai, and Shanghai will be underwater, and the underwater city will no longer be a myth. If I were to ask you what the main cause of rising sea levels is, you might say, ice is melting and adding their water to the sea. And by saying that, you would be correct. But however, that is only half the problem. I'm about to tell you one of the biggest secrets. Well, it's not the biggest secret, but there is a big secret when it comes to rising sea levels. That secret is thermal expansion. Thermal expansion is the tendency of matter to change in shape, area, and volume in response to a change in temperature, and is a main contributor to rising sea levels. So you may be wondering, what does this have to do with rising sea levels? Well, the simple answer to that question is that when the Earth heats up, so does the water on it. This is causing the particles in the water to expand and therefore take up more space, thus causing the oceans to cover more land and making sea levels rise. Another question you may be asking is, why is the planet heating up so much? Well, the answer to that question is the release of carbon emissions and carbon emissions in the atmosphere. Because carbon has nearly 25 times the heat capacity of oxygen, the planet is heating up much more rapidly. There's something known as the carbon cycle, but however, we're taking carbon from the ground that has been there for millions of years and out of the cycle, and adding to the current amount of carbon in the atmosphere. The Earth's natural process is thawing, and evidence is there to show that in the past, climate change was a factor in that process, but however, never at these rates. There are two main threats when thinking about rising oceans. The first being that soon the planet will get much warmer due to the release of heat-storing gases like carbon dioxide. The second problem is much more immediate. This problem being that hundreds of millions of people live near the seacoasts. And if oceans continue to rise, these people are going to be left without a home and also with trillions of dollars in damages. And we're all left asking each other the questions. Where are all these people going to go? And who's going to pay for it all? Another question you may be asking yourself is, what can I do to stop this? Well, the simple answer to that question is you can't. Harsh, right? We might as well just give up, right? The simple problem with all of us humans is we're selfish. All of this is about easier living and some stupid colored paper. All of this is a result of greed. Companies want more money and will pay for whatever saves us money. I think it's about time we stop being selfish and greedy, and it's about time we start saving this planet and making a better future for our children and our children's children. However, we're not underwater yet. There is still a planet left to save, and there are tons of ways we can slow down the heating of the planet. But we must act fast. Soon, our planet will be underwater. We must stop it.